Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Authentic Conversation. This is us.
Me and you, us.
And if this is your first time with us, welcome. My name is Amareli.
And Susan.
That's right. Susan, today we have a hot topic and almost a full circle going around right now. We are finishing up the connection that we have been making with our meditations on Thursday nights
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then bringing it back here to our channel. If this is your first time, welcome. We are on YouTube and we also have a podcast. So we would love to see you in either platform that works for you. And we join here when life allows us to.
Amidst the chaos is really what it is.
Yeah. And, authentically with ourselves, because this is our dream and it will become where it will be stable to be every week. Um, but definitely on Thursday nights we meet together. And if you ever want to join our meditation class, just let us know by a comment with your email and we will add you to our Zoom list. It is done via Zoom, cameras off, a nice 30 minutes for you to connect with yourself once a week. That for sure, we promise. And if it's a class that doesn't happen, we send out an email with enough time, and then all of our recordings are on YouTube and podcast. The meditations are all on YouTube, just to let everyone know. So our meditation that we just had was
The 12th universal law. So it's called the law of gender. And so often people, think that gender is strictly tied to are you male or are you female, right? But the law of gender really has nothing to do with sexual identity or orientation or, sex at birth. The law of gender has to do with your divine feminine and divine masculine qualities. So each and every one of us, because remember, we're all interconnected, we're all one. We go back to the law of oneness, the beginning of the universal laws. Love it. Full circle, 12 months, 12 laws, whatever. But yeah.
oh my God, I love that connection. I'm the 12
Yeah.
months, like we can even study this like once a month. I mean, there's so much we can talk about each law, but we are doing a quick version of this and we're
Yes.
breaking it down.
So this is simply awareness, right? I mean, everything that we become aware of, we can make a deep dive on, which is beautiful because each and every one of us resonate towards something different. So, somebody might want to make the deep dive on the manifestation, or on, the understanding rhythm, those types of things are, and they're all, universal laws, which mean that they are present not only within us, but present within all of nature and all of the universe. So very cool. It's just a nice way to connect with the greater, the greater.
Yeah,
Everything's always greater.
our greater selves.
So back to gender, right?
Okay.
So we have a masculine and a feminine side, and a lot of times it ties back to the left and right hemispheres of the brain. The right hemisphere of the brain is the feminine side. The left hemisphere is referred to as the masculine side. And when we think about behaviors and actions and thoughts and ideas, and the right brain tends to be more creative and you know seemingly having more compassion or empathy. The left brain is more analytical and concrete, sequential. Your organization is there, your creative flow is here. And so the law of gender just brings the awareness to the fact that, that we have all of these things. And what we're paying attention to becomes, how we identify or what we focus on. But know that sometimes, you have to go outside of your comfort zone to tap into, kind of that other piece. So if you're non-confrontational, right? If you, if you tend to allow people or things to walk on you or step over you, right? So, maybe you're out of balance in the, in needing more of your male energy, that strong, hold the line, create the boundary kind of thing that would be considered male energy,
Okay, so let's take a pause. This is so much information. If I want to tap into my male energy, what are some tools that we can do?
Well, so
What would you recommend?
every tool starts with awareness, right?
Mhm.
And, so just simply being aware that, I can do that. I watch other people, I admire certain qualities in other people, but I don't necessarily recognize them in myself. But the awareness that we can access or have that kind of, possibilities or potential within us can unlock the door. The other thing that's really important to remember is that, when we cross out of who we've identified with and we start to explore and take on, kind of these new challenges or new roles, it can be uncomfortable. So we have to be okay with the discomfort. We have to be comfortable with uncertainty and discomfort. So that's kind of how we break out of old patterns and routines that are no longer serving us or no longer helping us grow. Everything that we've done in our life has given us the tools, the wisdom, the awareness to continue to grow. But we have to use the discomfort for growth. So if you want to be more creative, then I would
So that's
say,
tapping into your right brain, creativity,
yes.
right? So
Yep.
more
Yep.
of
The feminine
the
side.
feminine side, right?
Not
Hmm.
necessarily that creativity is feminine,
Right.
but creativity space is held for creativity in the right side of the brain, which is considered the
Right. So
feminine
if you
side of the
want
brain.
to have a hobby, maybe paint a little or go out, take pictures, is that something that you've always kind of admired or loved to do? Then you're tapping into this new energy.
100%, right? So you're creating an alignment with something new. Now, the other piece is don't expect to be the expert the first time you touch it. So if it's something that you're longing or desiring or would like to do, if you want to get involved in some sort of sporting activity or some sort of artistic endeavor, or if it's something that you're inspired by, it takes practice. So it takes practice being uncomfortable and seeing yourself through it, but it also takes practice starting something new. You're not an expert the first time you do anything, and no one is. So if we set the barometer, if we put our first attempt against somebody else's 10,000th attempt, we're setting ourselves up for disappointment. So just honor and enjoy the process. There's a tool. The tool is to start. And don't be attached to the outcome or what it looks like. Start. What inspires you? What are you feeling like you need more of? Do you need more fire and self-discipline and organization and boundaries? Do
Mhm.
access the left brain? Do you need more creativity, more compassion, more understanding? And I'm talking about for yourself first. Like we could talk about for others too, but
Mhm.
really it
Yeah.
starts with us. So, do you need more of that?
Right.
Access the right side. So just know that it's all inside of us. We are wired and designed with everything we need right from the get-go. And we forget that because we get caught up in the chaos of daily life. So carve out time first to sit with yourself. You know, Thursday night meditations are a great opportunity to practice the discomfort while holding yourself accountable. You know, it's like it's uncomfortable for many people, all of us, when we start to sit with ourselves and to listen to the chatter in our brain and try to, dissect or, we're constantly trying to fix or, sometimes we just need to be.
Yeah. When I first started meditation, and I've grown so much from quieting the mind. And one thing that I remember reading, or a tip that helped me, because I hear this a lot when I recommend, oh, do you want to join us on Thursday nights for meditation? And a lot of people are like, oh, I can't quiet my mind. Like, I can't do that. The yoga and being, no, that's not for me. I kind of have to do it other differently. And I get that if you have to do it differently. And the way that our meditation is set up with Thursday, I have even done it when I'm at work or when I come home and I still have to do the dishes because it needs to get done. Um, and listening to your voice, also sometimes it's just a message. Like, I get what I need, but it's almost like reminding myself when we're driving. Well, we are in this meditation mode where we have to focus, but the mind gets quiet, right? Because you have to still, so you're still doing an action, and you're still looking at everything that's happening, but really your mind quiets down.
Right. Right. It's about the awareness of who you are and where you are. And, it's not necessarily, we're never going to shut off the noise.
Mm-mm.
We're never going to never going to, we're never gonna, we're never going to be able to eliminate all of the external distractions because they will always be there. So it's about learning to check in or look within or use your insight or your inner knowing, during the chaos while everything is still going on. How do you check things out? How do you check out? Some people go for a run, some people go for a drive, some people just go sit outside and watch the trees or listen to the wind blow or check out the stars at night. I mean, those are all forms of meditation because there
Mhm.
is no proper way to meditate. There's only awareness. So, meditation by sitting with yourself brings you to an awareness of your physical body, an awareness of how you're feeling, an awareness of what you're thinking. So, awareness is really the key. So, when we talk about law of gender, it's simply the awareness that you have all of these capabilities. Now you're only gravitating towards the channels that feel comfortable for you. And those channels may no longer be serving you, right? Those grooved paths that you have been, following your whole entire life because that's your comfort zone, right? Have become the Grand Canyon. But I'm telling you that you can jump out of that and create some new grooves. So whether the new grooves are, new energy in the direction of something that you've always wanted to do, or no longer being so available to people who are taking advantage of you. That's creating a new groove. That's like,
Right. I've learned this year for me that, excuse me, I just moved my camera, but uh, my energy was very go, 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 which is more of a male energy, the right masculine energy of the doer, fixer. I thrive because I'm an extrovert of being the firefighter and turning off the fire. And so, in my awareness of learning of who I am, I realize that I have a hard time with the quiet part, with the sitting down on a Sunday morning and just drinking some tea and not doing anything, because I would constantly be like, no, but I have to do this and I have to do that. And I know that this year we've all experienced having to sit down
slow
during
down. Yeah.
lockdown, slow
Yeah.
down, be with each other in our houses, realizing that we are together more than we ever were because kids go to school, your husband goes to work, or your partner, and then you only see each other for a few hours, and there's only 2 days out of the week that you're really 8 hours together. So there's the time for missing each other. But when we are all together during this time, the energy has completely shifted because now we are aware of where we are, or who we are, or what we're doing. And we had to slow down. There was no
Yes.
going to restaurants, there was no going to the movies.
There was no avoiding. There was no avoiding the authenticity of, actually
Yeah.
cohabitating and living your lives. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're still in that mess, right? A lot of people have left their jobs. A lot of people are deciding that, whoa, I'm waking up and I'm finding out I'm not happy with where I am and what's going on.
Right.
And going through the process of the laws has been great because there's rhythm. We've talked about the oneness and how we are all connected. And we have been reminded how we are connected and still learning about each other and embracing things in this world, especially with the technology.
So I want to title that, and I want to title that as awareness, right? So this is very simply an exercise in awareness, which is what meditation is. It's noticing right now, noticing. And my most favorite tool ever, because it's 100% accessible all the time, you know what I'm going to say, right? Is your breath. So here we are. Take a nice deep inhale. We inhale through the nostrils. Nostrils are respiratory system. The mouth is your digestive system. Take a nice gentle exhale. It's a reset. It's a reset. So if you're falling into that deep canyon, that groove, and you want to shift that, use your breath. Take a deep inhale. Wait, is this the direction I want to go in? Is this lifting me up? Is this moving me towards something that's important? Is this uncomfortable? Yes, those answers can all be, yes, at the same time. But taking that moment to take that pause, to take that breath, gives you the opportunity to not fall in the canyon. And it gives you the strength or the awareness to continue to forge ahead, to continue to step forward into your life, the next version of the most authentic version of yourself. Hey, we're just having those authentic conversations here, Amaryllis. That's it. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
It's all we can do.
In talking about tools, because we always like to throw some tidbits and things, it reminds me of this amazing book that I was just speaking to somebody about it, The Artist Way. We'll put that in the notes of the writer because I believe her name is Julia, and she has an amazing journey book that has journaling, writing, connecting with yourself. There's like a date that you have to do with yourself. And this book helped me so much to slow things down, journaling, writing, connecting with my artistic self. So that's a little bit of something that you need.
Right brain versus
right brain.
your very strong, dominant left brain, organized, necessary, those kinds
Stage
of
manager.
Yeah. Micromanager.
Yeah. So that's a great book that I recommend out there to our audience. So again, if you would like to join our Thursday night meditations, we're good with time, Susan. We have a little bit.
We're right on time. Of course, we're right on time because that's how the universe delivers. It gives us exactly what we need, what needs to come across. If we allow life, it unfolds. If we try to force things, if we're, too sedentary and we're afraid of sensation or the change or whatever. So everything is unfolding right on time. This is perfect. Here we are, episode 12, complete the cycle. Guess what? We get to start something new. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that what we want to do?
Yeah.
Tap into what's next.
Yeah.
So here we are. Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
And we'll see you again maybe next week.
Yes. So stop on by. Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.